All right. Well, what's going on, YouTube? What is happening? It is the Porchlyte Pod with the Pope of Xbox. What is happening? What is happening, folks? We're on the second channel here. It's not that big a deal. This Porchlyte Pod is about, this is going to be some grown-up talk. This is about the Star Wars The Last Jedi Backlash. Why there's a backlash, the group is filing a complaint, and why they're doing it. So this won't take long. This will be anywhere from, I don't know, 15 to 30 minutes. And it's not a very long subject. It is a touchy subject, so I will try to walk a fine line, but I am not going to hold back. Here it is. And there'll be some spoilers in this. So if you haven't seen The Last Jedi, you've been warned. Spoiler alert. So the group of people in this, now Star Wars The Last Jedi, it's made $800 million, give or take, worldwide so far. $800 million. It still has not been released in China yet. So once it hits China, it's going to do anywhere from 75 to 100 million more dollars. It'll be somewhere in that range. It's not due to hit China until week after next, like January 5th or 6th. Once it hits China, that's when Disney will start doing Black Panther stuff. As far as the Black Panther movie should get its rating, they'll start their press junkets. You'll see one more major trailer from Black Panther. Then you'll start seeing other people coming out doing things. So Black Panther is finished. It's done. They just put the last sound of it in 2 weeks ago. They also are working on Avengers 4, which wrapped last Friday afternoon. They had a hard out, and that's because they had to get ready for everything else. But so let's take a look at the movie itself, which starts out with a basic naval battle and how the First Order has tracked the Resistance, and all they're waiting for them to do is run out of fuel. They just want the Resistance to run out of fuel. They go in and kill their ships. The Resistance is too far away for them to send strike craft after, and the Resistance does put up a pretty good fight. They destroy a major ship, but in doing so, they wipe out like 70% of their ships. So the person that was going against the general's orders is Poe Dameron, who's a male. Now, let me make this clear first. He's a male. We're going to stay right there with him being a male. So, since he disobeys orders from the general, who is Princess Leia, okay, he disobeys her, she demotes her. She demotes her. I'm sorry, she demotes him. He no longer is a captain or a commander. He gets busted down. So, we'll start. That's one of the first complaints that, again, the majority of the people that are filing the complaints are men, predominantly white men, between the ages of 25 and 38. That's who's filing the complaint with The Last Jedi. There are some women too. There are some women too. But if you just go online and you Google it and you look at the YouTube videos, the people who are talking and filing the complaint, I mean, no, these are the people filing the complaint. There are people, because all film is subjective, film is art, film is subjective. So there are people who don't like the movie. They have, and that's legit. But the men, I'm talking about grown-ass men filing the complaint online, on YouTube in particular, are white males. But we'll get into that a little bit later in the video. Now, so Poe is just a male. Forget about who he is, his ethnicity. He gets busted down by a woman. Now, you already understand these are men who already have a fragility of a psyche. They're already reeling, okay? The United States is 53% women to men. There's more women here than men. So as a man, it's fantastic. It's like being it's like being a cheetah on the Serengeti, So But getting back to the movie, so their first complaint is that Leia, even though she's the princess, even though this is the woman that everybody grew up watching, like I said, I did a video literally saying my princess is dead because Carrie Fisher did pass. So they're filing a complaint. And, you know, and they're upset that the women in the movie are seen as saviors, and their frail mindset can't handle that. So, and you add to it, Poe Dameron is played by Oscar Isaac, who is not a white guy. Okay, I'm not going to get into all that, but he's not. So they don't see a reflection of themselves in him. You know, all they see is a guy getting busted down from commander to where he got busted down to. They don't give a damn that he broke orders. You ask anybody in a military situation, especially a shooting situation, what happens if you don't follow orders, you know, the orders that you're given. They will tell you what's going to happen to them. They'll be busted down. They'll probably get court-martialed and possibly thrown out or locked up. That's what a soldier will tell you, especially when they're under fire. So we move into the story a little bit more. And this goes out to this guy online, calls himself Bourbon and Bullets. And the guy's just this bitch, and this is a grown man bitching and moaning. So this is kind of a response to him. So, and I didn't put that down there. So, but it's just the people in his comment section. I am shocked at how much they don't know about Star Wars and Jedi, and how J.J. Abrams 3 to 4 years ago came out and said the Force is a living, breathing thing, and it can be manipulated, and it doesn't mind being manipulated as long as there's a balance. So, you know, you kill something, something's got to be born. That's balanced, you know. And Kylo Ren and Snoke are a subversion. It's tilting it one way, and Rey is a virgins born. Okay, so we move into it. Also, what happens in the last Star Wars movie that came out, remember your main stars, Luke Skywalker, Harrison Ford's character, Han Solo, and Princess Leia. Okay, you had Chewbacca and all that stuff. So, but Han Solo dies. Spoiler alert if you haven't seen the last Star Wars movie. Han Solo dies. So once again, here is a white male that they've grown up with, that they've looked up to, gone. Again, they don't see a reflection in the people on the film. So now they're online filing a complaint like a bunch of a bunch of scared girls, you know. And so it's like, well, you know, you should just go listen to them. When you listen to them, you can be shaking your head. Like, you talk about fragility, male fragility. These guys are the epitome of it. So, but moving into the story, so, you know, Finn finally wakes up. Finn's the black guy. It's played by John Boyega. So he gets out of wherever he needs to get out of and wants to go find Rey. He wants to go find Rey. Rey is never on the ship in this movie. She's still on the island with Luke. So again, they see him trying to leave, and you know, the girl Rose, who is Chinese, stops him. Well, the second biggest market in the world for movies, as far as money, there's 3 big markets. There's the U.S. market, there's the Chinese market, and then there's the market in Africa. This is a big movie market as well. So, you know, so they see Finn leaving to try to go find Rey. They see Rose going with him. They see Finn, again, as a man. Finn's a man, but they don't see themselves because Finn doesn't look like them. Okay, Finn looks like me, so I'm older. They see Rose, who, again, doesn't look like them. Now, Rose is going to be extremely popular where? China, the second biggest market in the world. Okay, she is going to be a huge star over there. She's like an up-and-coming rising star. And this is Disney. Disney is all about branding and all this kind of stuff. So if you're wondering why the Star Wars score, you had the cinema score, and then you had the Rotten Tomatoes score. Well, the cinema score, now I used to do this. I mean, they would pay you $50. You would work for 5 hours. And when people come out of movie theaters, you go up to them. You'll see people doing this. They'll go up to somebody randomly and say, did you like the movie? Yes or no. They don't get into why they liked it. They don't say why they dislike it. It says, did you enjoy the movie or did you not enjoy it? And people, it's a spot survey. They can't manipulate it. Rotten Tomatoes, however, because again, I have a Rotten Tomatoes scorecard. Rotten Tomatoes was allegedly hacked, allegedly. And so you saw the Rotten Tomatoes score, things like that. That's the Star Wars is too big of a property. Like I said, it's made 800 million. It's projected to do 940 to 1 billion. So, but we'll move into the story a little bit more. So we're introduced to 3 characters up off the bat. Who have we not seen? We haven't seen a white male character, except for Kylo Ren, who's a bad guy. And one of the comments, matter of fact, the comment that this one guy left, this is the person who authored the post, said the only white guys that are in it are bad guys. And somebody typed in underneath there, well, weren't there white guys bad in the other movies? You know, the question mark, and the guy typed back, yeah, but at least there were some good white guys. We don't have nothing in this movie. And so they're calling it social justice warrioring, which first came on the scene, as far as I knew, with Mass Effect, Mass Effect Andromeda, which was garbage. But you saw the social justice warriors, who they blame the social justice warriors for that game being terrible. And the real reason that game was terrible and it underperformed was because of EA. Everybody knows that now. The stories are out. So you see all those people went away when the truth came out about EA, all that stuff. So we'll get back into the game. Or get back into the movie. But tie that into the game, the video game Star Wars Battlefront 2. You have a canonized story, right? What character is it? You don't play as a white male. You do in some scenes, but as far as the driving force, no pun intended, it's a woman, okay? It's a woman. It's Iden Verso. So you're playing, even in the video game, there's no representation for them. So what are they doing? They're coming online filing the complaint. People have asked me, why is Star Wars so divisive? It's not divisive. You have a group of people, again, predominantly white males, filing a complaint online. You know, they're using all kind of things like it's liberalism, it's Kathleen Kennedy's fault, it's this. They don't care what J.J. Abrams said. They don't care that George Lucas. Rey's character is a living, breathing rendition of a character that Lucas pitched years ago. A girl from backwater planet coming about to, be where she is. But in Lucas's movie, she's a Kenobi. So these guys are desperately trying to find a way to connect, and they don't know how to do it because their brain is so small. So anyway, the movie goes on. I'm not going to give too much away. Rey is now on the island with an older Luke Skywalker. And Luke has hung up the boot, so to speak. I mean, he's no longer wanting to teach the Jedi. He shows you why he doesn't want to. Something to do with Ben, who was Kylo Ren. Something to do with him when he was younger, blah, blah, blah. They're able to Snoke. So this guy, another complaint this guy files. He says Rey is able to, quote unquote, force Skype with Kylo Ren. This is something else that they don't understand. When Snoke confronts Rey, okay? When Snoke confronts Rey, Snoke clearly says, neither one of you were strong enough to do what happened. I'm the one that linked your mind. Because we need to find out who you are, pretty much. So one thing leads to another. Big fight in the throne room. Won't give a whole lot of that away. But here you have you have Snoke what's happening to him. You have Rey, and then you have Kylo fighting as a unit. And again, they start to kind of like that a little bit. But Kylo Ren is a bad guy. Okay. Ben is a bad guy. He's got daddy issues. So, you know, he stays bad. He stays a bad guy. So, long story short, other things happen. They see Leia use the Force for the first time. They bitch and moan about Leia using the Force for the first time, not understanding that Princess Leia is the daughter of Darth Vader. And they say, well, we never saw Leia train. They don't, again, it's now been established that they don't have to train unless they're really trying to hone their skills. But nor Jedi nor Sith in this Star Wars have to train the way we saw Luke train back in 1980 when we went to go see The Empire Strikes Back. So, you know, that's when Empire came out, by the way, for all you all who don't Star Wars. So we'll move on. You know, they see Leia using the Force, and they're like, oh, well, she's just too powerful. But they totally forgive the fact of how powerful Anakin Skywalker was. You know, again, this is their male fragility. And again, I want to be clear. These are the men filing the complaints online. All right, let me make that clear. This isn't about every single white male. These are the men filing the complaints online. And there are some women too, okay? But overall, I say it's 95% men, 5% women that I've seen online, So, and they're saying it's social justice warriors, and this isn't right. All this on and on and on and on. So moving into the movie, you now do meet another male character played by Benicio del Toro. Again, Benicio del Toro has won an Oscar. He's won an Oscar for crying out loud. But Benicio del Toro ain't a white guy. I believe he is Hispanic. I think he's from Colombia. I may be wrong. So he is from Colombia. So maybe, and if I'm wrong, I apologize to Benicio del Toro. But just the name, Benicio del Toro, they can't relate to Benicio del Toro. He don't look like them. So what are they doing? They've got online and they're filing the complaint. And the complaint is they don't have anybody that looks like them. And that's part of your backlash. I mean, I'm not going to give away too much of the movie. Just simply to say that they don't like the fact, one, that they've retconned the way the Force is. They don't like the fact that Rey is so powerful and doesn't need any training, which she got training from Luke. You know, again, Luke's first lesson from Yoda was to control his fear and don't be overcome by the moment. That's kind of Luke's training in a nutshell. And we saw him do this, and then all of a sudden, it's established that Luke, you know, in Empire Strikes Back, knows all this stuff. He goes to confront Darth Vader. Darth Vader cuts his hand off, so forth and so on, you know. So, and they don't show you what happens with Luke between episodes episode 5 and 6. They don't show it. So presumably he went back to train more, but that's presumed. Nobody knows what he did because there's no canonized story. So, and this is why they're filing the complaint. So let's look at who's in The Last Jedi. You have a Hispanic man in Oscar Isaac. You have an African American. No, he's not even African American. You have a British African man in so there are no African Americans in this movie. That's what we're trying to tell people. So Finn is his character's from England. John Boyega is from England. Okay. Daisy Ridley, again, she's a white woman. She is from England. So it's it's amazing what they're doing. And so that's why they're filing the complaint. What it means is that the Star Wars universe is looking more and more like what our planet looks like. The planet is diverse, and at the end of the day, these folks are against diversity, period. Again, you have a right to your opinion. This is not that kind of a podcast. You have an absolute right to your opinion. but it is still stupid. So, you know, for them to be online filing a complaint, but when I put in the number on how much money it's made, they really got upset, you know. So, and then you hear people saying, well, this is payback. You know, yeah, J-Dog, my mom didn't like that part either. But you could see it coming. If you knew anything about Harrison Ford, you realize Harrison Ford was like a co-lead in that movie, even though it wasn't billed that way. But again, episode 7, 8, 9. Episode 7 was designed so that we could say goodbye to Han Solo. Episode 8 was designed for us to say goodbye to Luke Skywalker. Spoiler alert. And then episode 9 was designed to say goodbye to Carrie Fisher, but she died in real life, or Princess Leia, but she passed in real life, so I don't know what they're going to do. So you can read some of the books, but the books are not canonized. Now, they are taking some of the stuff and they are canonizing it. Like Luke doing what he did, that was never canonized, except maybe in Clone Wars they did it. So, but no, Spartan guys, Star Wars isn't dead. So it's just it's a massive, massive property. Disney paid $4 billion to get that property, and it's probably made them close to $12 billion since they acquired it. So yeah. Yeah, the old movies are there again. Yeah, they're just upset, man. They're just like, oh, I'm done with this. I don't want to watch this anymore. Well, it doesn't matter what they want. They're a minority of the people. So, but no, Star Wars isn't dead. And yes, I enjoyed the movie. So anybody who wants my opinion on it, I enjoyed it. So. Speaking of Star Wars, I'm playing KOTOR. Okay, well, yeah, Knights of the Old Republic. Yeah. And again, Knights of the Old Republic is not a canonized Star Wars story. So it's just now that's called, is it called Expanded Universe now? So, you know, but yeah, it's good stuff. So, yeah, I've always enjoyed Knights of the Old Republic. So, Craig already spoiled the movie. Yeah, well, I told you at the beginning of the podcast there's going to be spoilers. So, yeah, so nobody has any. Yeah, you hate the fact they killed off Han Solo. Yeah, but again, they set these 3 movies up so we could say goodbye. We being us old folks that grew up with Luke Skywalker and Han Solo and Princess Leia, and Darth Vader and all that stuff. We grew up with them, so this is their way for us to say goodbye to them. And to me, they've done it in a great way so far. So. But no, Star Wars isn't dead. So, yeah, they only paid 3.226. Yeah, it's been rounded up to 4. That's fine. So 3.3. Okay. No, you haven't been catfished by the Star Wars. So, a Telltale Star Wars game. That would be a single player game. That was possible, but EA canceled it. So, you know, that's just a reality. So. Disney wastes a lot of money. No, they have not. As you all know, Disney bought some of the Fox properties. So Fantastic Four and all that stuff, X-Men, Deadpool, they bought all that. So, and they just released a timeline, I think. I would love to see, well, they can't, but because they're going to recast all the X-Men except for Deadpool stuff. They're going to keep that. So, so original Battlefront 2, yeah, those are good games. I forgot who made those. Maybe EA made those too. I don't know. So, but no, I disagree with you, Spartan guys. Star Wars isn't dead. So it's just you have a group of people online filing a complaint because they feel left out. Like I told them, I said, this is more about you all's fragile egos than anything. So, you know, so that's just it. Any questions though? So, but J-Dog, hopefully you understand why they killed Han Solo off. If it makes any difference, Harrison Ford wanted his character to die in Empire Strikes Back. He said he thought that it was time for him to start moving on. And Lucas you know, there is a film version of Han Solo being killed in Empire Strikes Back, but it didn't test well with audiences. So they said, well, if we freeze you, then you can come back, you know. And he reprised the role in '83, and he didn't play Han Solo since '83. And Harrison Ford does not go to the Star Wars Comic Cons. He doesn't do none of that. So now there still is another male character they could bring back, and it's Lando Calrissian, and that's who a lot of people think we're going to see in Episode 9. A lot of people think we're going to see Lando in Episode 9. So we're at to wait and see, though. So, and they're even talking about they're not even going to go watch this Han Solo movie. So what they're trying to do is they're trying to generate enough negative buzz so that people just go in with a negative feeling. So, you know, so that's what they're trying to do. So don't believe the hype. Like I said, I went back and I saw Star Wars again today. After our podcast today, I checked it out again. It was only $5.75 to go see it. So, you know. You know, so now what are you all talking about? So, you know, so I'm just but yeah, that was pretty much it, guys. Yeah, Republic Commando was good, yeah. But so again, guys, that's why you see the Star Wars backlash. That's why, and it's just a group of people online who are butthurt. I mean, trust me, they're butthurt. So the future moves a curveball. Yeah, I agree. Hopefully they recast that part, but it'd be sucks to kind of recast it and for her to die. So I don't know how they're going to do that. So we'll have to wait and see, and that's cool. So, but I'm telling you what right now, guys, if there's no more questions, I'm going to get on off here and order me a pizza. So, yeah, Guardian Legends, are you still drinking, my friend? So yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Yeah, but that's the thing. We got the Carrie Fisher use the Force and all this kind of stuff, and it's like, well, yeah, she's dark, and like a friend of mine said, she created a bubble around her so that she could breathe in space. That's all she did. But I mean, you know, I don't. You all need to go see the movie. It's a good movie. I've seen it twice now, so I've seen so that's the Force Awakens. Plus, I bought Force Awakens. I got all of them. So. Good stuff for me. Good stuff for me. So, but all right then, guys, that is it. I am going to bounce out of here. Like I said, this is just a Porchlyte podcast, and Porchlyte is going to be shorter. I told you. So, thought your girl was dinner. My girl was dinner. She's at work tonight. So, but yeah, she did buy a nice little outfit at Vicky's Secret. So, probably maybe Friday she may be dinner. So, but all right then, guys, I'm going to get out of here. I do appreciate you all coming here again. This is just the second channel. Yeah, Merry Christmas to you, Guardian Legends. I appreciate that. But yeah, this is just my second channel, and I'm looking to do a third channel on YouTube Red. I am looking into that because these front row riders are going down. They're going down hard. So, but that is it, guys. I'm going to bounce like a check. And I will talk to you guys later. And go see Star Wars, guys, and make up your own minds. Peace.